Alright, it is Wednesday, September 5th, 2018 at 12:37 p.m. Alright, let's take a look at the weather. We have Olivia in the Pacific, and we also have Disturbance 1. Olivia, Hurricane Olivia, is a Category 2 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 95 knots or 110 miles per hour, minimum central pressure of 967 millibars, located 17.1 north and 122.3 west, movement west at 11 knots or 13 miles per hour. Disturbance 1 is basically at 48 hours a low 10% chance of development and formation through 5 days at a medium of 40% chance of development. Alright, let's take a look at Norman. Norman is by Hawaii, getting closer and forecasted to move west and north. Alright, Hurricane Norman. He is a Category 3 hurricane, 150 miles per hour. Current location 19.5 north and 147.7 west. Maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Movement west at 12 miles per hour. Alright, gotta keep an eye on this, that it does not turn more westward, that it does actually move more northward. And avoid the Hawaiian Islands. Alright. Next, we have Gordon, Tropical Depression Gordon. Maximum sustained winds of 25 knots or 30 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure of 1,008 millibars. Located at 32.3 north and 90.2 west. Movement northwest at 12 knots or 14 miles per hour. It is inland between Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Alright, Florence. Hurricane Florence is a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 110 knots or 125 miles per hour, minimum central pressure of 957 millibars, located 22 north and 45.7 west. Movement northwest at 11 knots or 13 miles an hour. And then we have Disturbance 1 in the Atlantic, which is having a formation of 50% in 48 hours and 90% in 5 days. Okay, let's take a look at the advisories right now. In Florida, Pensacola, in Mississippi and Alabama, southern Louisiana, there is flash flood watch and flash flood warnings along the coast of Mobile, and special marine warning off the coast of Pensacola, Florida. There's also flash flood watch in northern Kansas and central Oklahoma and eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and central Iowa. Alright. Tropical Storm Gordon, never a hurricane, killed a child blowing down a tree. This is the reason why I do these videos, because there is a possibility of death happening and people getting injured, and it's important to share the news so that people can become aware. Sharing the news about the weather, hurricane information, so people can become aware and they can stay safe. It's very sad that a child passed away because of Tropical Storm Gordon. Tropical Storm Gordon never became a hurricane, but it was deadly all the same, killing a child by blowing a tree onto a mobile home as it made landfall late Tuesday just west of the Alabama-Mississippi border. The National Hurricane Center said early Wednesday that Gordon was weakening on a path into Arkansas after striking the coast at 70 miles per hour, just shy of hurricane strength near Pensacola, Mississippi. The remnants will likely cause flash flooding across parts of 7 states as far north as Iowa in the coming days. Gordon's top sustained winds were down to 40 miles per hour as its tight core moved about 20 miles or 32 kilometers northwest of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but it was going on swinging. Forecasters said radar spotted possible tornado spin-offs from the storm overnight in southern Alabama and the Florida Panhandle, and more were possible through Wednesday night in Mississippi and western Alabama. The center predicted total rain amounts of 4 to 8 inches in Florida Panhandle and parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois. Rainfall could be even more intense in isolated places, dropping up to 12 inches or 30 centimeters through early Saturday. A storm surge covered Barrier Islands as the storm blew through, and some inland roadways were flooded as well. The National Weather Service in Mobile cautioned the Styx River near Eleanor, Alabama could reach moderate and possibly major flood stage later Wednesday. But the storm's impact could have been worse. Gordon gave only a glancing blow to New Orleans, where Major Latoya Cantal said the city now has the pumps and the power needed to protect residents inside the Liberty Protection System. There were no immediate injuries or damage reports other than the tree that fell on the mobile home in Pensacola. The Escambia County Sheriff's Office posted on its Facebook page that responding deputies discovered that the child had been killed. The name and age were not released. More than 27,000 customers were without power as Gordon began pushing ashore. Mostly the coastal Alabama and the western tip of the Florida Panhandle around Pensacola, with a few hundred in southeastern Mississippi. Crews were already restoring electricity early Wednesday in the wake of the storm. Rain was still falling, but the lights were on Wednesday morning at a Waffle House restaurant in Mobile, where factory worker Jerome Richardson said that he lost power Tuesday night. He was still without electricity as he left for his 12-hour shift. I just hope I don't have to throw out everything in my refrigerator when I get home, he said. Driftwood and other debris on the causeway made for hazardous driving early Wednesday near Dauphin Island, where streets were submerged in seawater overnight. Major Jeff Collier had warned ahead of the storm that his community might get cut off. When you get the higher waves, water starts splashing across. Sometimes it starts pushing not only water across, but debris, logs, and things of that nature, which makes it very treacherous to get across. Alright, so there was a loss of life. There was power outages, there's flooding, and a lot of rain. And so please be aware in the area of Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, that whole Gulf Coast region right now. Please be aware that Tropical Storm Gordon is still doing damage and is still going to be moving inland and causing possible flooding. Alright, Hurricane Florence becomes first major storm of 2018 Atlantic season. The sixth-named storm of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season gathered strength Wednesday to become the first major hurricane of the year. The National Hurricane Center said Florence has maximum sustained winds that are estimated to be 125 miles per hour and is located about 1,370 miles east-southeast of Bermuda. Florence, now Category 3, is moving west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. A turn toward the west-northwest with a decrease in forward speed is forecast on Thursday, followed by a turn back toward the northwest early next week. So we got to keep an eye on Florence as she is turning towards the east coast. You see her here. Florence had just been leaving 79 degree waters and is now entering 80 and 81 degree waters, which means that she could be strengthening now because of the warm waters. And you see Norman here off the coast, getting closer to Hawaii. Hopefully it will turn north. Alright, let's see, hurricane chart. The categories of hurricane, when it reaches 3, it is 111 to 129 miles per hour, and that is what Olivia is a category 2, Norman is a category 3, Florence is a category 3. So we are dealing with 2 category 3s right now. Alright, let's take a look at Olivia here off the coast of Mexico in the Pacific. She seems to be strong, but not that strong. I'm thinking it's because of the waters off the coast of Mexico. She's in 81-degree water right now, but she'll be heading into 79-degree water, which will be weakening for her. Alright, let's take a look. This is Florence right now. So you see, she was leaving 79-degree waters and heading into 80 and 81-degree waters. That's what she is. Small when she's in cooler water, and then she's entering warmer waters, getting bigger and intensifying. Alright, let's take a look at Gordon here, entering Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Georgia, and heading also towards parts of Tennessee, moving northward, and going to be causing a lot of rain for these areas, so please be aware that there's going to be flooding in those areas. Alright, as you see here above Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, there seems to be circulation in these rain bands here. I'm not sure if it's going to be like Gordon and create another system, but that's something to keep an eye on because there's circulation happening in these rain bands right here. Alright. There's also another wave coming off the coast of Africa, and we have to keep an eye on that as well. Hopefully it does not turn into a storm, but there it is, just coming off the coast. And then there's another one right on the land of Africa. There's still more coming, so very active weather patterns right now. You gotta stay aware of this season happening right now. Alright guys, as always, please be prepared for bad weather. Please have candles, canned food, water. Please have things prepared for your pets and your family members, because we are in a storm season. Somebody just passed away getting hit by a tree in a mobile home off Tropical Storm Gordon, and it was a tropical storm. It wasn't even a hurricane, just a tropical storm. So please be prepared and be ready. Alright guys, have a good one.